As the race to the 2027 election gets hotter, alliances are being forged while gladiators are putting proposals on the table to remain relevant in the scheme of things. The presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 elections, Peter Obis, has submitted a proposal for a single-term presidency to the opposition coalition ahead of the 2027 elections. The move signals a strategic pivot and a call for deeper unity. Obis has, however, made it clear that he does not require more than 4 years to transform the country and rescue its economy from collapse. As such, he is committing himself to serve only one tenure. Okay, Majid, let's begin this way. First of all, what do you make of Peter Obis' declaration and intention, proposing a single term of 4 years? And what do you think is the reason for proposing a single-term presidency?
Yeah, Dr. Yinusa Tanko is the coordinator of the Obidient International Movement. So, he addressed a press conference where he disclosed yesterday that Peter Obis, the Labour Party 2023 presidential candidate, has submitted a 4-year single tenure proposal to the coalition. I mean, saying that, yes, they don't require more than 4 years to fix all the problems we are facing in Nigeria, including power, security, and I say kudos for that. But where the challenges would be now is the 4-year single term proposal was not submitted to Labour Party. It was submitted to the coalition. ADC, that has a David Mark as pro tem chairman now, and Ogbeni Rauf
as national secretary,
and Egbeshola as national secretary, and with gladiators like Alhaji Atiku Abubakar.
I like the way you emphasize that.
And Malam Nasir El Rufai, as well as
Rotimi Amechi as well.
Chibuike Rotimi Amechi. You know, I'm calling it in full so that people can understand what we have at stake. Now, Atiku wants to be president, and he knows that at 80, I mean, what's Atiku's age now?
It's going close to 80.
Yeah, close to 79 or so.
Close to, by 2027, Atiku will be 80. He knows this is about his last chance to run. El Rufai too wants to run. Amechi too wants to run, because they are looking at a situation where if the coalition decides that, yes, we'll zone to the south, it won't be Obi, because Obi is a late comer to the coalition. And Obi is very, very smart. I give it to him. Quickly, he has given them a kind of carrot that is difficult to refuse. Guys,
were you surprised that he just did it just on social media, on X?
See, that is where his supporters are. And are we not talking about it here now? It's been everywhere in the news. So, he didn't need a world press conference to do that. I mean, how do Trump address his people? He goes on X
and just
throw it there. And Elon Musk too replies on X.
So you think that there is a particular reason? Is there a reason for the single-term president?
He's selling a gambit. He's saying that, yes, guys, within him, he is smart. And he's telling the North that, yes, Tinubu is finishing his 4 years now. Now,
the second leg
of the he can compete with him.
I say he's maybe respecting the power sharing formula.
No. What he's trying to say is that he's saying that, guys, yes, even if it's Tinubu that wins 2027, if you vote for me, I will do just one term. I won't extend
my term.
My term to 2 terms so
that
the
power can go back
to the north. So that's
okay,
the
still talking about the power share.
Yes, that's the message he's sending to them.
Do you think? Do you agree with him that he's just showing respect with that single-term presidency, just to show respect to that about the power sharing formula, or is this a strategic attempt to unify the opposition, you know, around a fresh reform agenda?
Which reform agenda are you talking, Benga? This is somebody who everybody, see, for somebody to come and say, I'm just doing one time in Nigeria, that he can change Nigeria in 4 years. You begin to ask, check his antecedents first. He had almost 8 years when he was in
Anambra.
Just 8 years old, we are not just one small state.
He couldn't build that
and
one
he had
school.
money. That was even when Nigeria was even getting more money. We didn't have the problems that we are having now. We have not seen, I can't count up any particular idea that you say that, oh, he did this.
No, he invested in Euro
he did this, and then the previous government afterwards are still enjoying from that. Let's start to be, let's start to be realistic as, as Nigerians, for crying out loud. I'm not saying it doesn't have the right for him to contest or for him, but making this proposal shows some level of desperation, and that is my problem with him. His Obidient Movement might not like what I'm saying, because I feel that
single-term tenure is a sign of desperation on his part.
Completely. If you know that you have your movement, okay, this is a coalition that has not even started. Okay, now they have a party, so now he's a member of the ADC. That is what he's saying. Yeah. So Obidient Movement have now moved.
He's still a member of the Labour Party.
No. This is part of this coalition.
Was submitted to the coalition.
All right, we're still going to get to that part. But now, he promised stability in 2 years. Stability, is he saying, I mean, how realistic is this? Because, politicians promise a lot of things and they don't fulfill. But how realistic is this? Talk to me. Do you believe him?
I've not seen the full context of his proposal. Okay. But from the snippets shared by Dr. Yinusa Tanko,
he said something about
the
power supply,
stabilizing power supply,
electricity.
Okay. Electricity
exporting.
Then that the planes will not be leaving Nigeria empty. So he said planes. He didn't say vessels. He said planes will not be leaving Nigeria empty. So is it plane that they use to export things from Nigeria? You see, Obi should come to Nigerians in a very straightforward manner. Nigerians are smarter than what Obi is telling. And you see, talk is very cheap. You don't win an election by merely trying to spoil your opposition. The electorates are quite wise now.
Okay.
If you, the same people who said Jonathan must go, they are rooting for Jonathan today to come back. People are shouting that Buhari didn't do anything. Now some of them are saying, during Buhari, things were better than now. If Tinubu leaves after 4 years or 8 years, if another person comes, people will still shout that, we are complaining about Tinubu.
Exactly.
If Jesus Christ or Prophet Muhammad comes to rule Nigeria, the moment they leave, another person comes, even if the devil comes, they will say, those people that left. So we are programmed like that. We are wired like that. So for Obi knows how to play with words. And now it's becoming clearer that most of the things Peter Obis says, he just says it,
because he knows that people that
Ganduje resigned.
Some gullible people.
So you think he's just saying things Nigerians want to hear?
Yes. Ganduje resigned from APC, and you are clapping for him. What is your business with APC? Must you respond to everything? So for Peter Obi, he should choose his words and be focused. He must have a clear agenda, a pathway through which he wants to get to this presidency. And
I like that part.
Yeah,
I like that part. Because do you think Peter Obi is over-promising and not realistic with some of the things he said? Because he said he promised stability. Are we saying, are we going to have single-digit inflation? Are we saying maybe Naira will get stronger to the dollar? I mean, do you think he's making promises he can't keep?
You know, the thing is talk is cheap. You don't understand.
Okay.
And then the thing is, like I keep saying, I am not against opposition. But my own is that if you want to play opposition, tell me the alternatives. What are the alternatives? This so-called subsidy, fuel subsidy.
Yes.
He was the one, remember, he said he was going to remove subsidy from day one.
Day one.
When they asked him again, he said, oh, he didn't say immediately. What is day one? What is immediately? You know, mixing words.
He said it was going to be phased.
Phased.
Okay, in phases.
Later.
Phases, yeah. Later.
But remember, he was saying from day one.
Yeah.
No, now he now said, no, it's going to be phased.
And he also talked about floating of the Naira.
Yes. You said it, that he was going to float the Naira. So this government is doing that. So now I'm beginning to wonder, okay, this opposition, what will they be telling me that will be different? And that is what I want Nigerians to begin to look at. Okay, these are the key things that we are keeping us in darkness before. Okay. This man has now opened our eyes to see, okay, this is where money should have been coming, and then he's pushing this money to different sectors at different places. Now, if I want to come as alternative, what will he be telling me?
The practicability of it.
Obi said, okay, he's going to tell us about electricity. I'm not saying you shouldn't give me 24 hours electricity, but how are you going to make sure that I'll be paying cheaper electricity? I want to pay cheaper electricity. So you tell me.
Okay.
So you said something about exports, and you're telling me about planes flying. Okay, so if I finish my tomatoes, so your planes, or is it going to give us planes that will be taking tomatoes to America or to UK? How is it going to do it? And because they are going to export. He's talking about exports.
And meaning increase production.
The planes will export cocoa.
And then when they are coming back, what are they going to bring?
Okay, now.
Cashew nuts.
We need to be, so the thing is, let him be realistic. I want him to be realistic, and I want his supporters to also ask him realistic questions, not for him to beat around the bush, but tell us, okay, fine, you said electricity, how will you do it? If he says, oh, I'm going to give you 25 megawatts as Nigeria, how will you do it?
Yeah.
And don't forget, not just how, okay, you're going to do it, but don't forget, we still have discos. We have
remember he traveled to Egypt, I think in 2018,
of course,
you know.
yes, all those things. There's nothing that either Buhari or even this government have not done to see how they can better the power. But we still have the electricity sector has a value chain. So Nigerians will ask critical questions. It's not just about them turning themselves into ADC, ADA, anything they want to call themselves. But the thing is, I want this election should be more about ideas. More about, okay, fine, you have alternative. What is the alternative?
Yeah.
That is the only thing. I'm not opposing to anybody that wants to be opposition. But what is your alternative? If your alternative is not what I want, I have a reason to say, okay, fine, I can choose whoever I want. And they shouldn't be, because most times when Obi is talking, is Obidient Movement who want to bring you down. This is democracy. Democracy is about freedom of speech. I should be able to express myself. And that is why we are giving him the opportunity to go and present his proposal to our ADC. Because okay. It's not ADA again, it's not even coalition again. Yes. It's not ADC.
All right, gentlemen, let's do a little political calculation, okay? Because do you think Peter Obi can still marshal the required number of votes to win without joining the coalition?
Well,
do you think he can? Do you think he still? Because he had 6 million votes.
No, I like that question.
Yes.
If Obi runs under Labour Party today, under Labour Party as a presidential candidate, he will still get his 6 million votes. All the votes in the southeast, he will grab it. He will have some substantial votes in Lagos, in Edo, and he will pick some from some Christian-dominated states here and there, just like he did in 2023. If he runs under the platform of the Labour Party. But now, if it comes to ADC, I doubt if he can emerge as the presidential candidate of the ADC.
Because there are lots of gladiators there.
But if, peradventure, because with an article there, an article has ambition, will Atiku concede the presidency, presidential
his ambition?
Ambition to that of Obi? That's the number one question. Will an El-Rufai accept a Peter Obi as presidential candidate, knowing fully well that he is coming, he is very authoritarian, he is coming, the moment you make him presidential candidate of ADC, he's going to dominate, he's going to come with his own structure.
Yes,
so the labor of El-Rufai, Amechi, and even Atiku will be in vain. That is Obi. He ran Labour Party with his Obidient Movement structure. And that's why the party is in disarray now. So, if he wins, if he gets the ticket of the ADC, then he might have additional 2 million votes. He can move up to 8 million.
Oh, okay.
Yes, he can move up to 8 million. But that is if, and the questions are there. Will Atiku come under, and will ADC even accept that his proposal of one-term tenure? So these are some of the questions. It's, and you know, 2027 is still a long time, but things are manageable. Then I think I must commend the coalition, the leaders of the coalition movement.
Okay.
Because they gave a hint when they saw that it would be difficult for them
to register
a
new
party, Ada, whether as Adama or Adaobi. They saw that they had a fallout, a fallback position in ADC or SDP, but now they have chosen ADC. And immediately, the leaders of the ADC as a party, they have subsumed themselves by electing, or rather by conceding to David Mark as pro tem chairman, and Ogbeni Rauf Adesoji Aregbesola as the secretary. So it's going to be very interesting. You can see them. Kudos, because now APC will sit tight. They will know that it is no longer business as usual. Because we need a viral opposition.
Exactly.
And also it will send signals to PDP that as some people
that's
claim,
what I wanted to say, because PDP is still there.
PDP is in intensive care units now with multi-organ misfunction.
No, but I think it's starting to form now. Okay, now that they've sorted out the issue of Samuel Lyon. But that's a conversation for another day. Now, in just rounding off this conversation on Peter Obi, do you think this public declaration is just a signal, you know, to distance himself from, you know, that talk of Atiku will be joint ticket? Do you think it's just a signal just to distance himself from, just in 1 minute? Okay, I'll go you, sir. Just in 1 minute.
The thing is, if Peter Obi should say he wants to be a vice presidential candidate today, he won't get that vote that Moji just said.
The 8 million.
He can never get it. And then, even the Southeast will not give him that. Because the thing is, the Southeast, they want a presidential candidate. They are not looking for vice presidential candidate. So he will lose votes. So Obi has to measure his steps well. He's dealing with politicians. So the people that are doing the coalition, they are core politicians.
Very core politicians.
To him, he might just be somewhere doing a Twitter space, thinking that everybody is happy. Those ones are looking at him. When the real time comes, that is when he will now know politicking. Because right now, they are still in this. And the thing is, it's like he has sold his soul to the coalition. Okay. They already know him. They have seen everything about him.
All right.
He has started dancing naked in front of the coalition, and they are looking at him.
Just in
1 minute 30 or 30 seconds.
Obi might end up not getting any ticket in 2027 because now he has left Labour and given proposal to ADC. And ADC will see
you think
him
he has unofficially left Labour?
Of course, if you are submitting a proposal to the coalition, what is the coalition? The coalition is ADC. They know that this man is an opportunist. You have dumped Labour. Okay. So it will be difficult. He might not get any ticket. Because Labour will not take him back. By the time it might be too late for him to even go back to Labour.
All right, then time will tell.